Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, sister. So, you've written into us about a difficulty that you're facing right now with your fiance, in that you have different ideas regarding polygamy. So, I just want to begin, and I feel like it would not be right for me to advise without just making it clear that I am advising based on the assumption that the relationship that you're having with your fiance is one that's being conducted in a halal way, that any interaction that you're having is with your mahram present and it's not just the two of you alone, because as I'm sure you're aware anyway, interactions as such between a man and a woman are not acceptable in Islam. So I just want to make it clear that I'm advising based on this being the case, that you are having the correct kind of interactions with one another. Okay, so like you say, the difficulty between you is he is a religious man, and you get along well otherwise, except for this one particular thing, and it's causing big difficulties between you right now. So I guess the first thing I want to say really is that he's not actually said he's definitely going to do it, but perhaps he might consider it further down the line. So the fact that he said that he might consider it doesn't mean that he definitely will. And the thing is, you're getting kind of caught up on worrying, let's say, that he would definitely go ahead and doing, and that's what's causing difficulties in your relationship already, and you didn't even get married yet. So this is quite a cause for concern that you're having these difficulties already before marriage has even started. And I think if you spend your time focusing on what could be, it's not going to make things easy to move on from that. And the thing is, I think all women, or most women, would say that it would be a difficult situation to be in, but there are also many that live very happily in polygamous marriages as well. There are many benefits to it that people report, but it's not the kind of life for everyone. But I think we also have to accept that this is something that Allah has said is permissible, and we can't argue with that. And certainly it would be his right to take this path if he wanted to. But at the same time, you must also remember that if he does take this path, he also has to abide by your rights as much as you by him. So, he has the right to marry more than one wife if he does so according to Islam. And you say he's a religious man, so mashallah, maybe, if this is the path he chooses to take, then he will conduct himself in line with how Allah said he should. So even if he marries another woman, he still must treat you in the same way that he would if he didn't take another wife. He has, obligations to fulfill as a husband to you, whether he takes another wife or not. And if he takes another wife, he is obligated to treat you fairly and to still provide for you in the same way that he would if he didn't take another wife. So you see, as much as he has rights to take another wife if he wants to, you also have rights too. So he has to fulfill these. And if he's a religious man, like you say he is, then inshallah he would fulfill these. But this is just if it was that he took this route. Like I said, many men would say that they would love to take this route and have more than one wife. And people talk about it a lot. In marriages, it's something that almost inevitably comes up in a Muslim marriage. Now, a lot of men would say that they would like to take this route, but many do not. Why? Because it's difficult to fulfill the needs and to fulfill the obligations of having more than one wife. So practically it becomes very, very difficult to do this. Financially, it's an incredible burden to maintain two families. So even though many men will say, they might like to pursue this kind of lifestyle, many choose not to, simply because they couldn't possibly fulfill the obligations. And especially if the man is a God-fearing man and knows that he cannot fulfill these obligations, then as much as he would like to follow this route, he would not. And certainly, in the case of your fiance, if he is this good religious man that you say he is, if he cannot fulfill your rights after taking another wife, then he wouldn't do it because for fear of Allah. So I think the fact that he does follow a religious lifestyle, that he fears Allah, should give you the reassurance that he will only do this if it is possible for him to continue to fulfill your rights as well. But like I said, the main problem right now is that he's not actually gone ahead to do it. He's not said it's something he would definitely do, but the fact that he said it might be an option is causing you so much distress at this point, and you're ruminating on it so much that it's causing difficulties in your relationship before you even got married. So I think, it would be your responsibility at this point to, just stop focusing on it so much, since it's not something that's definitely going to happen at this point. Certainly further down the line, if it comes to light that he is definitely going to pursue a second wife, then it might be a conversation to have then. But right now, stressing and worrying about something that's not happened and might never happen, like you can see yourself, is causing you great difficulties in your relationship. So I think at this point, it would be better for you to leave it aside if you are to, nurture strong relationships. At this point, it's early stages, so you don't really want to be arguing about these things at this point for something that may not even happen further down the line. So may Allah guide you to make the choice that is best for you. At this point, you're not obliged to each other. Right now, you're not married, so you have the time, and you are in a good position to think about it and decide, whether this really is the right choice for you or not. But do consider these things as well when you're making your decision. So may Allah guide you to make the decision that is best for you, that is right for him as well, that's right for your relationship, and that is most pleasing to Allah and best for you in both this life and the next. Ameen.